hate to call it lawsuit, but I won't. I used to let people like, can I get kicked by it? Like, yeah, sure. Boom! Can you hit me with a sword? Boom! And then my lawyer calls and said, hey man, you gotta like mellow out. I was like, dude, I'm just getting what they asked for, man. Nowadays, I'm like, yeah. It's just like you come to a karate school. Hey man, can you like do a kick my butt? All right, that's for sure. Hey, can you teach me to kick it? All right. Yes.
I was wondering, if you ever got enrolled for Tommy, what would you have done as a career?
What's that?
What would you have done
Don't leave, let me come back.
If I didn't get enrolled, I went to schools, man. I was making $20,000 when I was 17. I had two
You
karate
don't let me come
schools,
back.
hundreds of students. At 17, before I took it down, I bought the first karate school that I trained at when I was 4 years old. At 14, I bought my first car. I saved up my own money. At 13, I was a busboy. I was an employee of the month. I probably made about $524 a month. I was excited about that when I was 13. No problems with that. If I wasn't on Power Rangers, I had to change martial arts. Because in martial arts, if you're passionate about teaching it, the money follows. I tell my guys, I don't care about the money. I don't care who comes to the door. You teach what I ask you to teach. If you're passionate about it. If one person in class or 1,000 people, it's the same energy. And because we're passionate about it, all the rest follows. Because if I get into business, all right, well, 259. I'm looking at numbers, it just puts a number on there. So I actually had to sell my schools when I got the money. So I was like, I don't know, I make good money. All right, I wanted to act. I was like, I'll do it for free. Because I love it, right? If you do something like, I don't know, I just compare like cons or building costumes or just do it. Sometimes you just like it. So I think that's kind of what I followed, is just kind of do something that I like. I didn't really care if I got paid or not, because I grew up on, 5 acres. I grew up in, like a trailer home. I didn't have carpet. I didn't have electricity. I didn't have water. I know it sounds old school. I went to an outhouse. I didn't really care. I did know one thing, that when I had kids, I didn't want to do that. But my dad, he was a trucker. He was working very hard. He's 7 years old. He's still a trucker. No retirement account. I understand that he did what he had to do to provide for me. But I think it gave me goals. And the reason why I was a busboy and I made that much money, I thought I wanted a remote control car for like $200. And my dad's like, I was like, oh, I really want this car. He's like, yeah, it's $200. So we didn't have that much money. He's like, well, you gotta get a job. I was like, and so I saved up my first month, my first $200, and my dad's like, you gonna buy that car? And I was like, nah, man, it's too expensive. I didn't want to buy it. I asked you to buy it for me. And so I think I learned responsibility that way. And my little girl's 8, and I teach her that, and she's coming to the point where she's like, I want to do a lemonade stand. I'll sell them for a quarter. And, I like cooking. And I sell it. She's like around like my clients. Well, I'll babysit dogs. I'm only charge $1. And I'm like, Jim, like, please look at your little girl. But I like to teach her the value of money. And she saved up $300 over like, birthdays and Christmases and all that stuff. She saved me this little Justin Bieber wallet. And then it was my birthday, the 4th. And so she came and just gave me $100. I was like, no, baby, what 8-year-old gives her daddy $100? She's like, no, I want you to have it. She's just so giving, And then she went to the store and bought me like sandals that were like too small. And I put them on. I'm like, oh, perfect. She's like, you like it? I'm like, yeah. And so she has a giving heart, and I just feel that's kind of like the way I am. My wife always, it was my birthday. I bought skydives for everyone, and it's not because I got money. I was like, oh, 3 shots on me. I'm doing it and that stuff.
You need to hold the camera.
I take care of people. People ask me money out there.
You want to hold the camera?
No. Tammy asked me why I do that all the time, and that's good. But my dad was like that. I told you we didn't have a lot of money, but when my dad would work with people, he would always buy everybody like Carl's Jr. or Burger King or come to the yard when my dad worked with the trucks. Hey, man, bought y'all pizza. Oh, Ray, we didn't have to do that, man. So I used to see that a lot. And I just feel I would do the same thing if I didn't have money. I would just do the same thing. I like taking care of people. And I think that's what's important. So I think that those values and traits that I learned, I think help me become who I became. Because when you don't have anything, you become something, then you appreciate what you did not have as nothing. When you come from something and you have something, you don't care about nothing. Right? Paris Hilton. But we'll go here and here.
Dude, it's cold.